first. I have to say the diaconal expectations for nothing is impossible with the Lord, growing into the height of the deacons here at St. John's is quite a thing, and I gracefully accept this charge. So thank you, as I tuck my diaconal train back in. Little one. Well, good morning. Good morning. First, I want to thank Kathleen and Scott for inviting me to speak today. Over the last 2 years, I've had the privilege of working with your local discernment committee. Alex Sladoff, Carolyn George, Nancy Coe, Ray Reese, Scott Tate, and the ever-traveling John Cater. They are a wise and wonderful group, and it's been a joy to walk spiritually on this journey with them. And I'd also like to thank Judy Kreidel, my spiritual director, for her invaluable guidance. Now, it's an honor to be with you today, speaking as a newly ordained deacon in the Episcopal Church. I bring greetings from my wife's parish, St. Paul's, Walnut Creek, and my own parish, the Jesuit Little Gem, St. Ignatius on USF campus, where I serve as the coordinator for youth and family outreach. It is so humbling to return to this exceptional community at St. John's Oakland, my spiritual home for several years. Imagine I've been plucked from 2018 and I'm dropped here into 2024. I've now worked at 8 Episcopal parishes, and I always find myself comparing them to St. John's. Truthfully, few come close to this unique spirit. Does anyone have a softball team like St. John's? Especially not a championship softball team like Saints and Sinners? Congratulations to the players and Coach Sarah. What about a church that's committed to community work? From the Gamaliel organizing and building tiny houses to advocating for those in greatest need. No one does it quite like St. John's. This commitment has shaped Oakland and has shaped me. Someone who wandered in 24 years ago because I was invited by Greg Brown to play softball one summer. And then there's your creative liturgy. St. John stands alone. We did Stations of the Cross when you were remodeling this downstairs, and it was just the studs, and it was beautiful. It was simple, and it was beautiful. We did Messy Church, that's not the state of St. John's, but it was a creative set of liturgies with children where we got to paint and create, and it was so much fun. Now, you also do this thing of removing and setting up all the pews in just 17 minutes during Holy Week. Who does that? You also have done funerals that are among the most sacred and pastoral experiences I've witnessed. I'll always remember Nancy Sears' art funeral where everyone left with a piece of her creativity, a legacy that still hangs in my home today. To those that have gone before us, may God rest their souls. Now, St. John's Youth Ministry has also been something extraordinary, not just for me, but for generations of young people. One powerful example of its transformative impact was a summer youth trip exploring sites of racial significance in California. This trip was the first in a 3-year program engaging the youth with the history and legacy of racism from a local, national, and international perspective. And in the first year of this arc of pilgrimages, we focused on California's history, visiting the Museum of Tolerance, Homeboys Industry, the Cesar Chavez Memorial, Manzanar, and Allensworth. And these experiences gave the youth the opportunity to confront the realities of prejudice and injustice while witnessing stories of resilience and hope. And in the second year, we expanded to a national lens, examining Reconstruction after the Civil War and the enduring struggle for racial equality in the United States. But being part of that first year with St. John's Oaklands was such a privilege. Your commitment to meaningful exploration of justice, faith, and history is unmatched. Kathleen came up with the best guidebook for the youth, and she said on the first page, "Wreck this book." I'll always also remember moments like our hot sauce challenge with my youth, or standing in silence at Allensworth in the dust and history, just contemplating what had happened. Now, as we enter the second week of peace, of Advent, we reflect on the story of Mary. When the angel Gabriel asks her to bear God's Son, she responds with a simple and profound yes. Having worked with teens, I know how rare such an immediate yes can be. But if any youth could rise to the moment, or if you could imagine one, it might have been a youth nurtured by St. John's Oakland. Still, I often relate more to Zechariah's response earlier in Luke. His doubt when the angel tells him that Elizabeth will bear a child, that hesitation feels so human, so natural. But yet, at St. John's, I've seen how you help youths and adults alike move from doubt to trust, forming people who can say yes to God's call, like me. Now today I stand here as a newly ordained deacon, a testament to this church's unwavering support, love, and spiritual depth. And this milestone would not have been possible without the ways St. John's has nurtured me over these many years. You embody what it means to take church outside the building and into the community. And you embody this notion that the Jesuits at St. Ignatius Parish, St. Ignatius High School, about men and women for others, you are like that. Through your care, your creativity, and your commitment, you have raised up disciples who can say, "Let it be with me according to your word." And I think of the many CNC youth who have preached from this very spot, especially my favorite one of Ollie, who delivered my favorite sermon about a dump truck. I just want to say thank you, St. John's, for being a church that inspires trust, nurtures vocations, and transforms lives. You have made a profound difference in mine and so many others. And for that, I am deeply grateful. May God be always with you.